The spare key rests on the worn oak table like a secret waiting to be told. The gray afternoon light filters through dusty windows, dancing on the polished surface while shadows form intricate patterns along the walls. In this quiet corner of a modest home, a single, unassuming key tells the story of forgotten memories, elusive connections, and the subtle promise of destiny. Every house has its secrets, hidden in corners and concealed within the crevices of time. Some are etched in the wood of ancient furniture, and others lie dormant until a curious mind dares to uncover them. This is where our tale begins, with a mysterious spare key that had arrived in a place it did not belong. In a small, tidy study bedecked with relics of the past, the faded photographs, yellowed newspapers, and handwritten letters carefully tucked away in drawers, there was a sense of calm routine interrupted by the inexplicable. The key, cold and sharp-edged, had been discovered by accident during one of those lazy, late afternoons when the house seemed to speak in whispers and murmurs of eras long past. It was as if destiny had placed it there, quiet, yet certain, beckoning the observer to follow its clues. In that moment, the mundane transformed into a puzzle of history and possibility. The initial discovery was accidental, a misfiled item among the piles of assorted keepsakes that cluttered the study. It lay amidst a scattering of old keys and rusty trinkets, almost hidden behind a stack of forgotten letters that chronicled days of joy and sorrow. The key itself was distinct. It boasted an unusual design with intricate engravings that evoked the style of a bygone era. Its surface, though tarnished by time, retained a glimmer that hinted at its former brilliance and importance. The key was the silent herald of something extraordinary, a gateway to experiences that whispered secrets of the past. It was as though the key possessed its own history, a narrative of locked doors, concealed chambers, and unknown quests that awaited in the labyrinth of time. The room was quiet, its atmosphere a blend of curiosity and foreboding. The key seemed to hum with quiet energy as it rested on the table, inviting the observer's hand to reach out and hold it. With each passing moment, the key appeared more alive, as if it resonated with the heartbeat of the house itself. The air was thick with mystery, carrying the faint aroma of ancient paper and polished wood. Shadows in the corners of the room grew denser, stretching out like silent guardians of secrets untold. The key, in its delicate form, became a symbol, a reminder that even in the most ordinary places, enchantment might be hidden behind closed doors. It was not long before the investigation began. Every surface in the study was examined with meticulous care, each crevice and every darkened corner probed with the fervor of one seeking meaning in a sea of symbols and memories. There was a particular lock that the key might fit, believed by some to be an artifact of the deep past, stored away in one of the narrow hallways that led to hidden parts of the home. The investigation became a journey, a deliberate slide into a world where time lost its ordinary boundaries and the whispers of history grew louder and more insistent. In the course of this exploration, memories of the house and its residents slowly surfaced from beneath years of disuse. The narrative of the home, interlaced with tales of joy, despair, and quiet resilience, began to unravel. The key was no ordinary object. It was as if it had been waiting for the right moment to reveal a part of the story that had long been locked away. Each scratch on its surface, each trace of faded ink embedded within its metal, carried clues. The observer discovered that the key might have once belonged to a long-lost chest, concealed behind a false panel in the hallway, or to a secret compartment hidden beneath the creaking floorboards of a storied room. Every hypothesis merged into a single compelling thread. The key was a keeper of secrets, a mediator between past and present. As the investigation delved deeper, the house itself transformed from a static collection of rooms into a living narrative. It was as if the walls began to breathe, whispering tales of cautious hope and hidden desires. The floors creaked with the sound of old footsteps, each echo a reminder of stories that had been cherished and then locked away. In the dim light, echoes of laughter and hushed conversations seemed to drift through the corridors, as if the very foundations of the home resonated with the longing for connection and the inevitability of discovery. The key, an inert object by day, now served as a beacon of history, casting light on the mysteries concealed within the house. A sense of anticipation filled the still air. The observer, armed with the key and an insatiable curiosity, embarked on a methodical search for the lock that would accept the spare key. Every nook and cranny was scrutinized, every door inspected, as though each might reveal its hidden truth. In this delicate interplay between the known and the unknown, the search became a metaphor for life itself, a journey marked by the discovery of hidden strengths, unanticipated passions, and the slow, inexorable realization that even the most secure barriers may harbor unexpected gateways. The quiet thrill of unlocking the past existed in every careful step, as the search meandered through forgotten hallways, covered chambers, and secret alcoves. The narrative of the key in the locked door grows ever more intricate. The search led to a secluded part of the house, away from where light reached easily, where door after door stood like silent sentinels to centuries-old enigmas. The observer's movements were deliberate yet cautious, each step measured against the weight of curiosity and the gravity of unspoken memory. There was a particular door, discreetly hidden behind a faded tapestry that had once adorned the wall of the parlor, that now beckoned with a subtle promise. The door, unremarkable in its appearance yet heavy with potential significance, seemed to have waited patiently through all these years for this singular moment. Its seasoned wood carried the marks of both time and history, and its little brass handle looked akin to the key's own decorative accents, a silent hint that the two might be intertwined. In what felt like an eternity wrapped in mere moments, the key was gently placed into the lock. There was a palpable pause as the metal engaged the mechanism, a quiet click that resonated like a heartbeat long buried. The door did not give way with a creak nor a groan, but rather seemed to acknowledge the discovery with a reverent silence. As the mechanism turned, a soft, almost imperceptible sound of ancient gears awakened, initiating a chain of events that would change the fate of the house and its secrets. The key, in its delicate fashion, had performed its duty, a duty that extended beyond the mere unlocking of wood and metal. It had, in its own quiet way, unlocked the hidden narrative of a past intricately woven into the fabric of the present. Beyond the threshold lay a room forgotten by time, an enclave filled with the tangible remnants of history. Dust motes floated in the soft beams of light that pierced the gloom, each one dancing in a silent waltz of remembrance. The room revealed artifacts that had been long hidden, old letters bound by ribbons, photographs with faces softened by the passage of time, and fragile heirlooms that bore the marks of lives once vividly lived. Every item was a relic of personal history, each one a testament to the lives that had been intertwined with the very walls of the house. The luminosity of the moment was not just in the arrival of light, but in the awakening of truths that had waited patiently for decades to be acknowledged. In that secret room, there was an air of solemn revelation. The observer's eyes traced the outlines of forgotten dreams and untold stories, each piece resonating with the poignant beauty of lost moments. It became clear that the key had not only been a tool but a narrative catalyst, a means by which the concealed chapters of history could be brought to the forefront of memory. Every artifact in that space told a tale of longing, hope, and the unyielding human spirit. The emotions that the space evoked were complex, a mingling of nostalgia, melancholy, and a profound gratitude for the mysteries that life offered when least expected. It was a space that underscored the significance of remembering, of holding fast to the fragments of time that made each life unique and worthy of remembrance. The day passed slowly, each moment imbued with a quiet reverence that only the encounter with true history can nurture. The investigation became not just a search for a physical lock, but an introspection into the often hidden narratives that each individual carries. The key opened not only a door, but caused the observer to look inward, to examine the labyrinth of memories that even the most ordinary life harbored beneath the surface. In that moment, the room was transformed into a sanctuary of sorts, a repository where the past and present coexisted, urging the observer to remember that every door, no matter how seemingly insignificant, held the potential for discovery. The intricate dance between what was known and what was concealed became a meditation on time, on the fragility of memory, and on the enduring hope that the spark of curiosity can kindle the flame of understanding even in the darkest of places. As the shadows lengthened into the evening, the observer sat in quiet reflection amidst the relics of another era. The atmosphere was charged with the resonance of innumerable silent voices, each artifact, each faded letter, a reminder of lives both ordinary and extraordinary. The key, now placed solemnly on a small pedestal in the corner of the room, had become an emblem of the revelations that had unfolded throughout the day. Its presence was a reminder that sometimes the smallest objects can unlock vast landscapes of meaning, transforming a quiet afternoon into a voyage through time and memory. The emotional impact of the discovery spoke profoundly about the nature of secrets. They are not merely obstacles to be overcome, but invitations to embrace the complexity of human experience. The key had gently forced the observer to confront the inevitability of change and the bittersweet beauty of a history not lost, but hidden away until the rightful moment of revelation. In the stillness of that evening, as light faded into the quiet hum of twilight, the house seemed to hold its breath. The quiet room that had once been a simple storage area now stood as a monument to discovery. It was as if the very act of revealing its secrets had given the space a new life, an existence that transcended the boundaries of time and summoned an ethereal connection between memory and the moment. The observer, now a quiet custodian of a newfound history, accepted the gift of the spare key with a sense of profound responsibility. The key had taught an invaluable lesson, that every locked door, every hidden compartment, is part of a larger story waiting for the light of understanding to restore its significance. The narrative, like the corridors of the house, wound its way through moments of uncertainty and revelation. The spare key had not only uncovered a room filled with relics but had also unraveled layers of the observer's own perception of life. It was a tangible reminder that within each ordinary moment lies the potential for something extraordinary. The mystery echoed in every crevice of the house, a testament to the fact that life is an intricate interplay of the seen and unseen, the known and the hidden. The key's quiet journey from an unassuming object to a revered instrument of remembrance illustrated the timeless truth that sometimes the most profound adventures begin not with a dramatic proclamation but with the subtle twist of a key in a lock. As the evening drew to a close and the observer prepared to leave the sanctuary of the hidden room, an overarching sense of peace mingled with anticipation for the future. The spare key had opened more than the door. It had opened a new chapter, one filled with the promise that every secret uncovered is a reminder of the beauty entwined with life's mysteries. The observer, carrying the weight of the revealed history and the lessons learned, understood that the journey was far from over. Each artifact, each whispered memory from the past, was a stepping stone towards a future rich with the promise of discovery and the understanding that within every closed door, there is a spark of potential that can dispel the shadows of ignorance. In the lingering twilight, the house exuded an aura of timeless wisdom. Its walls, etched with the history of countless lives, bore silent witness to the cyclical nature of mystery and revelation. The spare key, placed carefully on the pedestal, shone softly in the dim light, a small, steadfast reminder that every key, no matter how spare or seemingly insignificant, can unlock a legacy of memories, emotions, and the resolute human spirit. The promise of discovery continued beyond that single afternoon, reverberating throughout the house as a gentle invitation to all who dared to seek the hidden truths within the ordinary. The observer departed with a quiet determination, mindful that the path ahead was one of continuous exploration, a celebration of history, mystery, and the unyielding desire to connect with every secret locked within the heart of life. In the end, the story of the spare key stood as a timeless allegory, that behind every door lies a world of untold stories, waiting to be rediscovered by those with the courage to uncover the past. The house, with its intricate memories and quiet dignity, reminded all who encountered it that mysteries are never meant to remain hidden forever. As the key closed a door on one chapter, it simultaneously opened the way to another, a future where every discovery is an opportunity to embrace not only the relics of bygone times but also the enduring hope that every heart, every life, is part of an infinite narrative. And so, in the quiet aftermath of that fateful afternoon, the spare key became a symbol, an emblem of the untapped reservoirs of memory, of secret passages leading to deeper understanding, and above all, of the idea that some doors are locked for a reason, waiting patiently for the one who is prepared to unlock the rich tapestry of life embedded within them.